The walls have been painted. Petra's studio has been made with a nice little window. It's going to be mixed studio. We're going to have to construct a ceiling / floor on the top. Susan's and Bruce's studio up there, which are coming along nicely. These are some walls we painted the other day. And this is going to be Rosanna's studio with a kiln over here. So my studio is going to be up these stairs, or is up these stairs to be more precise. I've got tons of my stuff in here already, which was shifted the other day. The Electric Picture House Artist Cooperative is a group of local artists from Congleton and Cheshire who are coming together to renovate this building into studio spaces, gallery and like a workshop space for art. The idea was to bring a bit more culture to Congleton, kind of enhance the cultural life of Congleton.
To be able to get people in who may be slightly frightened of the arts and encourage them to become involved in the arts.
Well, we're hoping to get local community groups involved in the project, involve local community, people from the community in the project, providing workshops for them. Could be an art workshop, collage workshop, any number of things really.
Hopefully there'll be an arts festival next year and various other activities. Hopefully we would like to have films playing once a month, art films, documentaries, that kind of thing, mixed media, and really just it's a space that's need to be used.
Well, as you can see that we're in this building which originally was a silk mill, and we have first-hand information of this from the 1864 Trade Directory. When George Hill occupied this building, he was a silk throster and a broker of silk, and he was there in 1864, and that's the only reference that we have to it actually being a silk mill, but it's a clear indication because it's listed as Cross Street Mill. The 1871 town map clearly indicates on the map itself that this building was at that time used as an agricultural machinery workshop. In 1911 it was the Electric Picture Palace, and it was opened first by the owner, who was a Mr. M. Jackson, but later on it was taken over by City Cinemas in Hanley. Now there's some dispute as to how many people could be seated in this cinema. There are some references to a number of 680 people. I doubt very much whether they would have been able to have coped with that number. And in 1928 it was obviously a garage occupied by Jackson and Booth, and also in 1934 it was occupied by them. By 1939 there was no reference to this building at all, but in the 1960s it became an ambulance station for a reasonable amount of time, and then it was derelict for a while. It's obviously been a cycle shop of some kind at some time, because there are references to, I think, Jackson's cycles outside, and it's clearly the external appearance of the building clearly indicates that it was a theatre at one time as well. The project which is currently being developed is to make it into an artist's studio, which is, I think, is a really amazing project, because it's going to bring people from Congleton into this building ultimately. It's going to be a centre for culture, and it's such a nice way of using, you know, a building which is still in existence that has such a lot of history. Oh.
I just try and express something. I mean, you know, in my paintings, I mean, it doesn't have to. I mean, a lot of my work is abstract, so it could be just be the interplay of the colours and the textures and the marks and stuff like that. I think the only thing I'm really concerned with is that people connect to my paintings on some level, whatever level that may be, and I just paint. So, I suppose it's a multifunctional thing. I mean, you know, it's a mirror to society. It's
an expression of what's going on in society at the moment, and also it's something that's there forever.
It's an expressive thing, you know, you're expressing an idea, an emotion, a political belief, you know, it could be, or it can just be humorous. I mean, it's kind of like asking a question, you know, like, what is life? What is literature? It's almost impossible to sum up, but so I'm not going to try and do so, because I won't be able to do it.
I would just like to paint.
I'll do the ground. Do the ground. Are we ready? There we go. Hey!
Is that right?
Yeah. We've got that.
You missed it. Very good. What is this like? Hey!